Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to give a review today on the TrueFlex Featherboard. I just bought this off of Amazon. I think it was somewhere around $20 or $30. I got a lot of molding to do. So I'm going to hook it up to the router and put it through the test and see how well it does as far as trying to keep my fingers and limbs safe from kickback. So we'll open it up and see what we got. Here we go. Feed direction. So really any directions on it. It's kind of self-explanatory. There's a countersink for this stud here. Inserts in there. And looks like it's going to be one here. Countersink goes down. Insert that into there. Got a little wobble in mine. There's only one size, so that could cause a little bit of a problem. But
looks like I'm gonna go ahead and stack it too high. Those are spacers, which I think I'll use. Got longer bolts too.
to use the longer bolts with the spacers. Because right there is my cut line for my molding. Looks like you got quite a bit of extra pieces that you can use, which is good. This doesn't seem to fit in my router, but it's an old router also, so it'll probably fit on other routers.
That little bag won't keep all in.
Go ahead and set it up. Barely touching. The way I would do it.
So, but not. Tight right there.
We'll go ahead and turn it on and see what we got. Here we go. All right, the first run, not too good. Looks like it jumped off. The bad thing is this groove is not deep enough to hold the featherboard in place. So don't think it's going to work properly with what I've got to do with it. So probably a fail on this router table. I'm going to keep it though, because I know it'll work. Well, I don't know it'll work, but I'm going to give it a shot on my table saw and see what happens there. No good. All right. Get ate up by the chickens? So it does look like it fits on the jet bandsaw. I'm assuming mine are just kind of contractor grade low end tools that these won't work too well on. So it does work on the bandsaw. It's got a deep enough slot that it goes into, but my table saw and the router table, it's a complete failure. So I'm going to keep it because I'm going to use the bandsaw quite a bit anyway. But if you're looking for a featherboard and you have a cheaper table saw or a cheaper router table, this may not work for you. So hopefully this is hopefully this will help you out, and try to pick something that's rated for your tools that you own. Try this for a featherboard, or at least a guide. So that right there didn't do too bad as far as keeping it guided, I guess. It stayed pretty straight, but the router table's in a little bit of a rough condition. I don't think the collet works too well. It's not grabbing tight because the router bit pulled up a little during the process of routing. So I'm gonna have to work on that a little bit, see what happens. So I rigged up this contraption. Dangerous as all get out. Wouldn't recommend it at all. But I am going to try to modify it now that I know it's gonna work. I had to change routers. I had a extra router that I had bought a long time ago, probably 20 years ago. It didn't come with the table, but I swapped it out, and I think it's gonna work. It's 1 3/4 horse. It's a little bit stronger than that other one. The other one was not working at all. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cut a slot in this Formica to where it sits down in that groove deep enough, and then I'll clamp it to this. It'll look something like that to keep it, see if it'll work. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna give it a shot and see how it works. If not, I'm gonna have to get a router table and all kinds of other stuff. So don't want to do that. Here we go. right, let's see how it works. So it did pretty good. I didn't feel uncomfortable using it. What I think I'll do is take this one that I just slapped together and I'll remove it and I'll put this Featherboard on the top here, maybe if I can get it to regulate right. But as far as stability, yes, it's not the ideal thing to do, but it's tightly clamped in, it's not moving. My table is not going anywhere, and I feel comfortable doing it. As far as the Featherboard, it works. It doesn't work on this router table, it doesn't work on my table saw, unless you modify your router table. I would recommend looking into that. The depth of them, let's see. 7/16 deep. This is only a 1/4 inch deep here. And my table saw is only a 1/4 inch. So the thickness of the separator tool is 7/16 deep. So you need to be aware of that before you purchase one. Probably doesn't say that on the packaging. I didn't see it anywhere, but it's a good thing to know. I'm going to continue using this. I think it's going to work out pretty good as far as our molding is going to work. So hopefully this helps somebody out, and until next time, thanks for watching.